هنا على هذه اللوحة وقع كل من يرفض الإتجار بالبشر. بدأتها السيدة الفاضلة سوزان مبارك وعقبها المئات والمئات من الحضور في هذا المنتدى المهم. أوقفوا الإتجار بالبشر الآن. ومن داخل المنتدى نقدم لكم حلقة خاصة جدا من ولكن.
This was a very good beginning to our session today, and really seeing the hope in those little children's eyes gives us all, I think, the courage and the energy to continue in the wonderful work we are doing. So let me just start by saying good afternoon to you all, and it is a pleasure to have the opportunity to meet you in this informal setting and to be able to personally welcome you all to Egypt's magical city of Luxor. I highly value and appreciate your efforts to be with us here today, traveling from near and far, from 39 different countries, with the firm intent to speak out and act against human trafficking. This, for me, is a testament of a fact that while human trafficking continues to be a growing worldwide crime that affects us all, there is also an increasingly active global movement that is determined to put a stop to it. Strengthening this global movement is one of the main goals of our Luxor International Forum, and there couldn't be a more meaningful way to begin our deliberations than by stressing the centrality of young people's participation in the fight against human trafficking. We have a wonderful group with us today, outstanding young leaders from various organizations. It is also wonderful to see so many familiar faces around the room. I still remember those who were with us before. We have with us founding members of our International Youth Network, which was initiated as an outcome of the Power of Youth for Peace forum, which we organized in 2007 in Sharm el-Sheikh. It's a great pleasure to see you with us again, and I'm sure you also have so many wonderful and vivid memories of this formidable experience that we shared. It represented a real milestone for our movement, which gave us the opportunity to connect and join forces with youth leaders from 100 different countries. Our youth network members from Egypt are also present with us today. Most of them have been working with us now for over 4 years. They are such an inspirational group. I'm so proud of them, and we are proud of their efforts in helping to make our communities more peaceful, united, and secure. And of course, we are also fortunate to have many experts and activists with us from different sectors today. And in this respect, let me take the opportunity to extend my appreciation to Stop the Traffic for running today's workshop, which I am certain will help us all to gain a better understanding of one of the most lethal of human crimes. Many people don't realize how the threat of human trafficking is everywhere. It's in the parks where children play, on the internet where they socialize and learn. Sometimes we don't realize how easily people can be tricked into giving up their rights and freedoms, or the level of suffering, torture, and abuse that victims are being subjected to. And although there is a clear definition of human trafficking, the lines of exploitation are so blurred sometimes between child trafficking, exploitative labor, illegal labor, migration, and trafficking, that it can be easy to lose sight of the issue at hand. Traffickers, as we all know, and I know many of you already know this, but I have to repeat it, they exploit people's desire to lead better lives. The faces masked by human trafficking are those of young women, men, trying to escape from the clutches of poverty, from the chains of abuse. They are those of innocent children, torn from their families and communities, to serve in forced industrial and domestic labor, in agricultural work, and of course, in the sex industry. What we are dealing with here, therefore, is a complex and multidimensional challenge, one that is linked to societal ills such as poverty, inequality, and organized crime, one that for so long has been misunderstood and at many times underestimated. I know that for you, many of you, the subject is not new, that you are already involved in programs against human trafficking and child exploitation. We have, just to mention a few, Stop the Traffic, ECPAT, One Child, Nightlight, and many, many more. And that many of you have already been granted international recognition for your efforts. And I would like to take this opportunity to commend you and applaud your courage and dedication in eradicating these criminal practices. And it is really by working with young people like you over the years that I have come to realize how vital your participation is in peace and security processes, how you can positively impact your communities in so many different ways. And this is why I decided to have this pre-conference day today, because I wanted to get more time to listen to your ideas, learn from your views and initiatives. I wanted to be able to ensure that your recommendations will be shared with the rest of the forum participants and incorporated in our strategies for action. Our international peace movement works to engage youth as partners, real partners, in peace-building efforts. We are strong believers in empowering youth to shape their own vision in their own language based on their proper experience. And in line with our End Human Trafficking Now campaign, our movement is adamant to ensure that young people play an active role in finding innovative solutions to stamping out human trafficking. Our youth network members have really spread their wings in the last couple of years. Some are working hard through our Culture of Peace program to raise awareness about the issue of human trafficking in schools, universities, and community centers. Others are mobilizing action through media campaigns and the use of the IC tools. In fact, as many of you know, our movement launched the Cyber Peace Initiative in September 2007 as a means of developing the capacity of young leaders to tap into the infinite power of information and communication technologies to enhance peace and tolerance. Our Cyber Peace Initiative is also about maximizing the positive traits of the internet while addressing its challenges. In this respect, it works to mobilize young people to work alongside their parents, their educators, to promote a culture of safety on the internet. And our youth focus group called Net Aman, who are with us today and whom you will be hearing a lot from, I'm sure, today and later in your next panel, they have taken on a leadership role in this regard, reaching out to their peers from around the world, raising awareness about the tools and solutions that exist to help them navigate safely through this great information highway. We all know that the increased risk of violence against children and young people in cyberspace is a phenomenon that requires serious attention. And as users of this new technology, you will undoubtedly understand the importance of enacting practical measures to assure young people's right to protection. Dear partners, my dear friends, youth of Egypt and from around the world, the fight against human trafficking will not be won tomorrow. But every bit of progress, every step in the right direction can help to save lives. It is only when we begin to understand how human trafficking affects our lives, how it impedes on the health and well-being of our societies, how it negates the progress we have made towards gender equality, and how it raises the levels of violence and insecurity in our neighborhoods, that we become more effective at fighting it. It's when we start seeing the faces of victims behind the statistics, to listen to their stories and acknowledge their courage, that we will make it a priority in our lives to make a real difference.